During the course of a college football season, pick out any game on that college football weekend, and we can nearly guarantee that there is a coaching connection between the two programs doing battle on the gridiron. This weekend at Neyland Stadium, Kurt Mallory and 4 of his assistant coaches will cross paths with Brady Hoke, a man this staff's respect for is unparalleled to anyone across the country.
Well, Brady, be yourself, and that was Brady. What you saw is what you got. I mean, he's the most genuine person I've ever been around. Cares about his players, cares about his coaches. Just really cherish the time I was with Coach Hoke and the friendship that I have with him.
Just the energy that he brought when I was at Michigan, coming in and becoming the head coach, and knowing he's a Dayton guy just like me, I enjoy him. He taught me great lesson values, took us out to Cali for Navy SEAL training, and that brought my attention that I wanted to give my all every down, and I can't wait to see him.
He was there, he and Laura both, and their whole family. We were there through a lot, both personal and professional. So, I'm very grateful to every opportunity that he gave me and gave my family, and he's like a father to me, so I'm anxious to see him and can't wait to go to Tennessee and play in that environment.
Well, in this profession, unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of coaches in this profession that aren't in it for the right reasons. They're in it for every other reason but the development and the advancement of kids. They're in it for themselves, and he's the exact opposite of that, and that's what I've learned. That's what I've been fortunate to play and coach for a whole bunch of coaches that are that way.
Well, first off, he's from a coaching standpoint, he's the guy that I've learned almost everything I believe in when it comes to not just a position like coach, but also just in general how you build a football team and what's right and what's wrong. But even more importantly than that, he's one of my best friends, and I've known Brady since the early '80s, and there's numerous stories we could tell on each other, but he's always been a true friend, and that's more important to me than anything else in life.
Mark Smith and Jeff Eklinski have spent 11 seasons next to Coach Hoke, and each of them can recall countless practices where something comes out of their mouth that they learned from their former boss, but more importantly, their friend, and they try to bring along the young guys on the Sycamore coaching staff to learn the lessons they were able to cherish from Brady himself.
I think every day. Every day it was something, and that's what, I think the one thing, probably the biggest compliment I can pay him is the things that I've learned from him I've brought to help try and teach, Tyler and Roy and Sam and some of the younger coaches in our room now, because it was a daily thing, and he was working with me every day on positives and negatives.
Well, the one thing Coach Hoke always preached was consistency. Don't be one person one day or one person this year and change the next year or the next day or the next week. And he was one of the most consistent people I've ever met, that the message was always the same, and the players feed off of that. They see that you're a guy that believes in what you're doing, and it's not going to waver. And Brady's that kind of guy. There's a lot of things I could tell you about Brady when it comes to the coaching aspect of it, but the consistency, and then also the integrity that he coaches with. There's too many guys in this profession now that will sell their soul to get a win, and he wasn't one of those guys.
The relationship between Coach Hoke and the staff deserves to be highlighted, which is why we are taking the time to do just that. But Coach Mallory will enjoy his exchange with Coach Hoke on Saturday. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the football game being played, which officially kicks off at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
There isn't a guy in this profession that I respect more than Brady Hoke. This is about two teams playing. It's about Indiana State playing Tennessee, and that's what we're going to prepare to do.
For more on Sycamore football, I think you know where to stay. Right here, GoSycamores.com.